Hello everyone, welcome back to Excel revision series. It's me Sadik, your bio faculty. Okay, so today we are focusing on a new chapter, questions from new chapter. The chapter is heredity, and I know you are familiar with heredity and what is meant by heredity and what are the different topics in heredity. So let's move to the question. Okay. So first questions from introduction part. So what is the question? Let's see the question. Differentiate between inherited trait and acquired trait by giving two key differences. State which of the two can be passed on the next generation and why. Okay, so here the question is differentiate between inherited trait and acquired trait. Differentiate between inherited trait and acquired trait. Differentiate between inherited trait and acquired trait. So what is mean by, so the first thing is what is mean by inherited trait. What is mean by inherited trait? And next, what is mean by acquired trait? Next, what is mean by acquired trait? Okay, so inherited trait and acquired trait. Okay, so what is the difference between inherited trait and acquired trait? Inherited traits are the trait which is passed from one generation to next generation. For example, it is the transfer of character. It is the transfer of character from parent to offspring is called inherited trait. For example, our body structure. Okay, I have two hands, I have two legs, I have 5 fingers here, you can see, I have 2 ears. This body structure is an inherited trait. This body structure is an inherited trait. So what is inherited trait? What is inherited trait? We can say inherited traits are the traits which is passed from parent to offspring, or we can say it's a trait which it's a trait which passed from one generation to next generation. Okay, one generation to next generation. Okay, and what is acquired trait? What is acquired trait? Acquired traits are the trait which is developed during the lifetime of one organism. For example, I have swimming skill. Okay, I have driving skill. I have reading skill. Okay, so these are acquired traits, or these are the character which I have developed during my lifetime. Okay, so the traits or the characters which is developed during the lifetime of one organism is called acquired trait, and which is not passed from my parents. Or which is not passed from my parents to me. Okay, so these are the traits developed during the lifetime. Okay, so inherited traits are the trait which is passed from parent to offspring, whereas acquired traits are the trait which is developed or which is acquired during the lifetime of an organism. And next difference, and why it is passing? Because the traits are in the DNA. Okay, so here the traits are in the DNA. Okay, we know during reproduction the DNA is passing from the parent to offspring. So here the traits are in the DNA. So these traits will pass from the parent to the offspring. Okay, and here the traits are not in the DNA. Okay, I can sing very well. Okay, I can dance very well, but that is not in the DNA. I have acquired during my lifetime. Okay, so differentiate between inherited trait and acquired trait by giving two key differences. We have provided that, and state which of the two can be passed on the next generation and why. We know which will pass, that is inherited trait, and I think you are okay with the first question. And let's move to the next question. So if a trait A exists in 10% of a population of an asexually reproducing species, so trait A 10%, okay, and trait B 60% of same population, which trait is likely to have arisen earlier? Okay, so the answer is actually very simple. So this is asexual reproduction, and we know during the asexual reproduction the variation is very less. Okay, that means we can say variation is absent or variation is very, very minor. Okay, that means there is less chance of arrival of new character. There is less chance of arrival of new character. That means the triad with more. That means the triad with more percentage will arise earlier. The triad with less percentage arrive later. Okay. See the definition. I have provided the definition here. In a population of asexually reproducing species, the chances of appearance of new triad is very low. Okay, the triad which is already present in the population in higher percentage has arisen earlier, as the B is the present in 60% of the population. Thus, this triad likely to have arisen earlier. Okay. So I think you are okay with that question. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay. So, see, the question is, mustard was growing in two fields, A and B, while field A produced brown colored seed. Okay, while field B produced yellow colored seed. It was observed that in field A, the offspring showed only parental trait for consecutive generation, whereas in the field B, the majority of the offspring showed variation in the progeny. What are the probable reasons for this? Okay, so the thing is, in field A, the offsprings are same as parent. In field B, the offsprings are different from parents. The answer is very simple. In the field A, the plant undergo asexual reproduction. Okay, asexual reproduction. In the field A, plants undergo asexual reproduction. Okay, and we know during asexual reproduction the variation is very, very less. That means the offsprings are almost exactly like the parent. Okay, but in the case of sexual reproduction, so here according to this question, the field B undergo sexual reproduction. Okay, the field B undergoes sexual reproduction. That's why they show a majority of offspring variation. That's why there is a majority variation in their offspring. Okay, so the answer is the field A, the plant undergo asexual reproduction and produce their offspring. But in the case of field B, the plant undergo sexual reproduction and produce their offsprings. Okay, and let's move to the next question. So that is all about the introduction. Introduction is fine. The next one is monohybrid cross. So let me give you a small introduction about monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross is a cross while considering one trait or one character at a time. For example, height. We can do a cross by using height, or seed color, seed shape, flower position, flower shape, etc. So a cross considering one trait at a time is called monohybrid cross. And let's move to monohybrid cross. Yeah, the question is, why did Mendel choose garden pea for his experiment? Write two reasons. Okay, so the first question is, why did Mendel choose garden pea? There were so many reasons. The first one is the availability. They are easily available and easy to cultivate. Okay, so the first point is easily available and easy to cultivate. Okay, and second point is short lifespan. Okay, short lifespan. And third point is the flower is bisexual. Flower is bisexual. I think you know what is meant by bisexual. The flower has both male and female reproductive part. And next one is the plant can perform. Okay, but plant can perform both self-pollination. Plant can perform both self-pollination and cross-pollination. Okay, and next point, the plants have easily observable contrasting characters. Contrasting characters. Okay. So the question is why did Mendel choose garden bee for his experiment? There were so many reasons. So the first one is the availability. Okay, it is easily available. Okay, and as well as easy to cultivate. Okay, second one is short lifespan means we can cultivate more plants. That means we can do more experiments within a short period of time. And third one is flower is bisexual. Fourth one is plant can perform both self pollination and cross pollination. Okay, so that is the main point. Plant can perform both self and cross pollination. And last one is easily observable contrasting characters. We can see their character. Okay, we can easily observe the character. For example, one character that is tall, another one is short, easily observable. One character, flower is violet, flower is white, easily observable. Another character, seed is green, seed is yellow. Very simple. Okay, so easily observable characters are there. Okay, so that is all about that question. B question, list two such contrasting visible characters of garden pea Mendel used for his experiment. Okay, Mendel used for what are the two contrasting characters? Actually there were 7 pairs of contrasting character. Actually there were 7 pairs of contrasting characters. Okay, and let's write their contrasting characters. First one is height. Height or plant height. Okay, height or plant height. So in the case of plant height, we can divide this thing as dominant character and recessive character. Dominant character and recessive character. In the case of height, what is dominant? Tall is dominant. What is recessive? Short is recessive. Short is also called a dwarf. Okay, next one. Okay, so this is the first one. Second one. Okay, second one is the flower color. Flower color. Second one is the flower color. Okay, in the case of flower color, the dominant one is called violet and recessive one is called white. Okay, violet or purple. Okay, so in some questions you can see violet, in some questions that is purple. Both are same. Okay, and the third one is flower position. Flower position, axial, terminal. Flower position, axial, terminal. And the fourth one is seed shape. Okay, fourth one is seed shape. In the case of seed shape, round is dominant. Okay, round is dominant. And wrinkled. Okay, wrinkled is recessive. And the fifth one is seed shape. After seed, seed color. Okay, in the case of seed color, yellow is dominant. And what is recessive? Green is recessive. Okay, yellow and green. Okay, and sixth one. Okay, and the sixth one is pod shape. And which is the dominant shape, that is inflated, and recessive is constricted. Okay, and the last one is called pod color. And in the case of pod color, green is dominant and yellow is recessive. Okay, so what are the 7 pairs of contrasting character? Height, flower color, flower position, seed color, pod color. In the case of height, dominant is tall, recessive is short. In color, violet, white. Position, axial, terminal. Seed shape, round, wrinkled. Seed color, yellow, green. Pod shape, inflated, constricted. And pod color, green and yellow. Okay, so that is all about that question. In peace, so let's move to the next question. In peace, a pure tall plant. Okay, pure tall means homozygous condition. Is crossed with the pure short plant. The ratio here we have to find out. What we have to find out? Here we have to find out the ratio of pure tall plant is to pure short plant. What is pure tall? That we know, homozygous condition. What is pure short? That is also homozygous condition. In which generation? In F2 generation. In which generation? In F2 generation. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's see that thing. Okay, so in pea plant, a pure tall plant is crossed with a pure short plant. The ratio of pure tall plant to pure short plant in F2 generation will be. Okay, and let's do that question. Okay, so while crossing, always remember this step. Okay, while crossing, always remember this step. So the first step is, what is the phenotype of parent? What is the phenotype of parent? So parent phenotype. Okay, always remember. Okay, parent phenotype, the first category. A second one is the parent genotype. Okay, second category is the parent genotype. Third category is the gamete. Third category is the gametes. Okay, so according to this question, parent phenotype is pure tall. Pure tall cross with a pure dwarf. A pure short. According to the question, that is short. Okay, so the parent phenotype is over. That is okay. What is the parent genotype? And we know this is the genotype. Okay, so here the genotype is capital T, capital T. Okay, here the genotype is small t, small t. And what are the gametes? Here gamete, capital T is one gamete, and another capital T is another gamete, another gamete. Okay. Okay, and we will always encircle the gametes. And here small t is one gamete, small t is another gametes. Okay, and let's see their possible crosses. If this one crosses with this one, or this gamete fuses with this one, we will get capital T, small t. If this one fuses with this one, okay, we will get capital T, small t. If this gamete fuses with this gamete, still we will get capital T, small t. Okay, and if this gamete fuses with this one, still we will get capital T, small t. And the offsprings or young one produced now is called F1 generation. Is called F1 generation. So what is the specialty of F1 generation? The genotype of all individuals are same. So in F1 generation, all individuals, that means 100% of the individual has the genotype capital T, small t. Okay, and what is the phenotype? We know capital T, small t. Capital T, small t is tall. Capital T, small t is tall. Capital T, small t is tall. That means 100%. That means all individuals are tall with the capital T, small t genotype. Okay, so all individuals are tall in F1 generation. Okay, and let's do F2 generation. Okay, and how the F2 generation is produced? By crossing to F1 individual, or we can say F2 generation is crossed by self-pollination of F1. Okay, self-pollination of F1. Okay, and let's see that one. Okay, and the terms are phenotype of parent. Okay, parent phenotype. Okay, parent phenotype. These are very important. Always write these things. Okay, parent genotype. Okay, gametes. Okay, so here the parent phenotypes. Okay, so that is F1 into F1. What is the genotype? What is the phenotype of F1? Tall. What is the genotype of F1? Capital T, small t. Okay, so the phenotype is tall into tall. Okay, and what is the genotype? Capital T, small t. Capital T, small t. So what are the gametes? Capital T, one gamete, small t, another gamete from that parent. Capital T, one gamete, small t, another gamete from this parent. Okay, and let's do the crossing. Okay, if this gamete fuses with this one, okay, if this gamete fuses with this one, we will get capital T. Okay, and if this gamete fuses with this one, we will get capital T, small t. If this gamete fuses with this one, okay, we will get capital T, small t. Okay, and if this gamete fuses with this one, we will get small t. Okay, so what is the now these individuals and these individuals or these offsprings are called F2 generation. These offsprings are called F2 generation. And what is the specialty of F2 generation? This one is tall, that we know. This one is tall, that we know. This one is tall, that we know. But this one is dwarf. That means three are tall out of 4. Okay, and out of 4, one is short. Okay, so now we can see there is not only one character, two characters are there, two phenotypes are there, where the ratio is coming. Let's see what is the ratio. Okay, let's see what is the ratio. Okay, so the ratio, the question. So let's see what is the ratio. So the phenotypic ratio. Okay, phenotypic ratio. What is the phenotypic ratio? And what are the two types of phenotype? There are tall is to short. Okay, tall is to short. Okay, and how many tall is there? Okay, how many tall is there? Wait. Yeah. Phenotypic ratio, tall is to short. How many tall is there? We can see 3 tall is there. Okay, how many tall is there? 3 tall is there. How many short is there? 1 short is there. So the phenotypic ratio is tall is to short is 3:1. And listen very carefully. Tall is to short is 3:1. Okay, so 3 tall, 3 short. And let's see the genotype. Capital T, one type of genotype. Capital T, small t, another type of genotype. Say capital T, small t, another type of genotype. That means there are 3 types of genotypes are there. And we will get genotypic ratio. Genotypic ratio. Okay, so the genotypic ratio between capital T, small t equal to how many capital T's are there here? Only one is there. Only one is here. Okay, and how many capital T, small t's are there? 2 is there. How many small t's are there? Only 1 is there. How many small t's are there? Only 1 is there. Okay, so that is about phenotype and genotype. Okay, and we can add something in phenotype. Okay, so listen very carefully. In the case of phenotype, tall is to short is 3:1. Okay, and we can write that 3:1 in 2 ways. Okay, 3:1 means out of 4, 3 are tall. Okay, so out of 4, 3 are tall. So 3:1 we can write by 3/4 is to 1/4. 3/4 is to 1/4. Okay, as well as we can write this 3/4 as 75% while considering the percentage. Okay, and 1/4 as 25%. Okay, 1/4 as 25%. 1/5 are 25%. That means out of these plants, 75% of the plants are tall, 25% of the plants are short. Okay. So that is all about the monohybrid cross. And if you study this thing, you can answer every question from monohybrid cross. Okay, and let's see the answer of this question. Yeah, what is the question? Yeah, here the question is to find out the ratio of pure tall. Capital T is to pure short. Small t. Okay, pure tall. How many pure tall? 1 pure tall. How many pure short? 1 pure short. So the ratio is 1:1. The ratio is 1:1. Okay, I think you are okay with monohybrid cross. And let's do one more question from monohybrid cross. Okay, so it's like an application question from monohybrid cross. Sahil performed an experiment to study the inheritance patterns of gene. He crossed a tall plant. You can see that is homozygous. with the short plant homozygous obtained all tall in F1, that we know F1 is all tall. Okay, we have just studied that. Read the above passage carefully and give the answer of the following question. What will be the set of genes present in F1 generation? What will be the set of genes present in F1 generation? What will be the set of gene present in F1 generation? Capital T, small t. Very good, very good. Capital T, small t. Capital T, small t. Give reason why only tall plants are observed in F1 generation. Okay, why only tall plants are observed in F1 generation? Why only tall plants are present in F1 generation? The reason is very simple. The reason is very simple. Where a law is coming, that law is called a law of dominance. Okay, and what is meant by law of dominance? Law of dominance means while crossing between two contrasting characters. Example, tall, short, two contrasting characters. While crossing between two contrasting characters, one will express and one get masked. Okay, while crossing between two contrasting characters, one will express or one get expressed and one get masked. The expressed character is called dominant. So here the tall is the expressed character, so tall is dominant. The masked character is called recessive. Here the masked character is short, the short is recessive. Okay, so what is the answer for this question? Why the reason? Give the reason why only tall plants are observed in F1 generation. The reason is very simple, because tall is a dominant character. According to law of dominance, while crossing between two contrasting pairs, the expressed character is called dominant and the masked character is called recessive. So here the tall is the expressed character, so tall is the dominant character and short is the recessive character. Okay, the answer is very simple. And the next question, when F1 plant were self-pollinated, a total of 800 plants were produced. A total of 800 plants were produced. How many of them would be tall? Okay, so according to B question. Okay, according to B question, we have to find out how many will be tall. Okay, how many will be tall? How many will be medium height? Medium height, and how many will be short? How many will be short out of 800 plant? So out of 800 plant, how many will be tall? How many will be tall? How many will be tall? How many will be short? How many will be medium height? How many will be short? Okay, so how many will be tall? How many will be tall? 75% will be tall. And how many will be short? How many will be short? 25%. And how many will be medium height? Nothing. There is no medium height. Okay, either tall or short. There is no medium. Either round or wrinkled, there is no medium. Either violet or white, there is no medium. Okay, only tall or short, or violet or white, or round or wrinkled, or green or yellow. There is no medium character. Okay, so according to this question, 75% is, so medium height, nothing. Okay, tall 75% of 800. The 75% of 800 is 600. Simple. Short is 25% of 800. 25% of 800 is 200. Okay, so that is all about that question. Okay, and let's see the next question. When the F1 plant were cross-pollinated, see, this is a cross-pollination. Okay, with which parent? Yeah, capital T. That means we know the F1 is capital T small t. Okay, we know the F1 is capital T small t. Okay, F1, no, that is F2. F1 is capital T small t. We know the F1 is capital T small t. Okay, now they are asking to find out. We are crossing this capital T small t with the small t. Okay, a total same 800 plants were produced. How many of this would be tall? How many is medium? There is no medium, that we know. How many is short? Give the genotype of F2 generation. Okay, so We are going to cross this thing. Very simple. Gametes are capital T small t. Here the gametes are small t small t. Okay. If this gamete cross with this one, we will get capital T small t. If this gamete cross with this one, we will get capital T small t. If these gamete fuses with, what is this? Okay, if this gamete fuses with this one, we will get small t small t. If this gamete fuses with this one, we will get small t small t. That means out of four, 2 are tall. Out of 4, 2 are short. Okay, that means out of 100%, 50% are tall. 50% are tall. Out of 100%, 50% are short. That means tall. What is the 50% of 800? What is the 50% of 800? Yeah, very simple. That is 400. So 400 plants are tall. What is the 50% of 800? The remaining 400% are short. Not 400%, 400 individuals. Okay, so 400 tall, 400 short if they undergo cross pollination. If they undergo self pollination, 600 tall and only 200 short. Okay, and I think you are okay with this question. Okay, that is all about monohybrid cross. There is one more question. The lowest part of ear, called earlobe, is closely attached to the side of the head, and it's not others for earlobe. The attached and free earlobe are two variants found in human population. The gene of, the question is, the gene of free earlobe is dominant. Okay, so free earlobe, for example, F is dominant. F is dominant. Okay, so F is free earlobe and that is dominant. Okay, over attached is recessive. Okay, so recessive. Okay, who is recessive? That is, for example, small f. Okay, small f. Attached. Okay, attached. Okay, so attached is small f and free is capital F. Okay, so the question is a man with attached earlobe. A man with attached earlobe. A man with attached earlobe means mad. Attached earlobe means they are in a recessive condition, that we know because that is recessive. Okay, they are homozygous condition. Mad is a woman having free earlobe. Okay, woman having free earlobe. So free earlobe has two possibilities because that is a dominant, right? So the woman may be capital F. That is dominant. Or capital F, small f. Okay, we don't know that. Let's find out. Okay, so according to the question, 50% of their children have free, 50% are attached. Explain the inheritance and write the trait of explain the inheritance of this trait and write the trait combination of the progeny, and we have to find out the trait combination of the progeny. Write the gene combination of the father and the mother in the above case. Okay, so the gene combination of the father, that we know, that is confirmed. Okay, but we don't know the correct gene combination of the mother, and we have to find out that gene combination. And let's see. So the father will produce okay, the father will produce small of gametes. Okay, let's take the first condition. If the mother is capital F, their gamete will be capital F. Okay, according to the first condition. Okay, so if this small of gamete fuses the capital F, we know all individuals will be capital F small f. All individuals will be capital F small f. Okay, so capital F small f is a dominant one, or we can say that is free. That is 100% of the individuals, 100% of the babies will be free if the mother is this condition, homozygous condition. Okay, but that is not the condition, only 50%. Okay, so let's see this condition. So if this is the condition, the gametes are capital F and small f. Okay, and if this small f fuses with this one, we will get capital F small f. If this small f fuses with this one, we will get small f. And if this small f fuses with Okay, if this small f fuses with this one, we will get capital F, small f. And if this small f fuses with this one, we will get small f, small f. That means what is capital F, small f? What is these two are capital F, small f? What is capital F, small f? They are free. What is small f, small f? Small f, small f? They are attached. They are attached. That means 50% is free, 50% is attached. 50% is free, 50% is attached. So according to the question, 50% is free, 50% is attached. So what is the genotype of parent? What is the genotype of father? The genotype of the father is small f, small f. What is the genotype of mother? The genotype of mother is capital F, small f. Mother is in heterozygous condition. Father is in homozygous recessive condition. Okay, and I think you are okay with this question. Okay, so that is all about monohybrid cross, and let's move to the dihybrid cross, and let me give you a quick revision of what is meant by dihybrid cross. So according to dihybrid cross, we are considering two characters at a time. For example, height and color, okay, or seed color and seed shape. Two characters, seed color and seed shape, okay, and two characters are taking, and let's do the questions. Okay, so the first question is a pea plant with round yellow RRY is crossed with a pea plant with a wrinkled green. Okay, the first question is write the genotype and phenotype of F1. So we have to find out the genotype and phenotype of F1. Okay, so let's start the cross. Okay, so our first thing is that we know parent phenotype, right? Parent phenotype. Okay, second thing is parent genotype. Okay, that is common for every crosses. And third thing is gametes. So according to the question, parent phenotype is round yellow, crosses with next parent is wrinkled green. Okay, next one is parent genotype, round yellow, genotype is capital R, capital Y. Wrinkled green, the genotype is small r, small y. Okay, and gametes from here, the gametes. Okay, what are the gametes? The gametes are capital R, capital Y. One gamete is capital R. All four types of gametes will be produced. All are same, capital R, capital Y. Here, four types of gametes will be produced. All are same. All are small r, small y. All are small r, small y. Okay. So then gametes are produced. The next process is fertilization. What will happen if the two undergo fusion or fertilization? We will get capital R, capital Y, small y. All individuals are capital R, capital Y, small y. And these offsprings are called F1 generation. So what is the genotype of F1 generation? All are capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay, what is the phenotype? That is round yellow. Okay, all are round yellow. So what is the question? Write the genotype and phenotype of F1. The genotype of F1 is capital R, capital Y, small y. Okay, phenotype is round yellow. Okay, so the first question is over. If F1 plant are allowed to self-pollinate, list 4 different types of gametes would be produced. What are the 4 types of gametes? So this is F1. We have to do the cross-pollination of F1. Okay, what will be produced if we cross-pollinate F1 into F1? We will get F2. Okay, F2. Okay, so phenotype. Yeah, we know the phenotype of. Yeah. We know parent phenotype, okay, parent genotype, gametes. Yeah, gametes. Yeah, the question is find out the gametes. Okay, parent phenotype is what is the parent phenotype? Yeah, round yellow. Okay, parent phenotype is round yellow. Parent phenotype is round yellow. Okay, round yellow is crosses with round yellow. Round yellow crosses with round yellow. The genotype is that we know capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay, and the gamete producer. Let's see how the gametes are produced. For example, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The gametes are produced. The first, how the gametes are produced? 1, 3. Capital R, capital Y. Capital R, capital Y. 1, 4. Capital R, small y. 1, 3, 1, 4. 2, 3. Small r, capital Y. 2, 4. Small r, small y. Okay, so these are the 4 types of gametes produced from one parent. Same type will be produced because the genotype is same. Okay, so capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Okay, 4 types of gametes. So that is the answer for the next question. These are the 4 types of gametes produced. Okay, and the next question is, what is this type of cross is known as? Okay, this type of cross is known as dihybrid cross. Okay, why it is called dihybrid cross? Because we are considering 2 characters at a time. Okay, and draw the Punnett square for F2 generation. Oh, that means we have to find out the F2 also. Draw the Punnett square for F2 generation. Okay, so let's draw the Punnett square for F2 generation. Capital R, capital Y, capital R, capital Y. One gamete. Capital R, small y. Small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Okay, from one parent, from another parent, capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Okay, so these are the gametes, and let's do the crossing. Okay, so while crossing, see, these gamete fuses with this one. Okay, this into this. Okay, this into this. So we will get capital R. Okay, see, we will get capital R, capital Y, capital Y when these 2 fuses. Okay, if these 2 fuses, we will get capital R, capital Y, small y. Okay, and if that 2 fuses, we will get capital R, small r, capital Y, capital Y. Okay, if these 2 fuses, we'll get capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay, and do the remaining. Okay, let's do the remaining. Okay, so here capital R, capital Y, small y, capital R, small y, capital R, small r, capital Y, small I, capital R, small y, small y. Okay, here capital R, small r, yeah, capital Y. Okay, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, small r, capital Y, small y, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay, and the last one, that is capital R, capital Y, small y. Next one, capital R, small y, small y. Next one, small r, capital Y, small y, small r, small y, small y. Okay, so these are the genotypes. Okay, and we have to find out what is their phenotype. Okay, so capital R, capital Y, that is round yellow. This one, same, round yellow. This one, 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 round, instead of yellow, green, round green. This one, round yellow. This one, round green. This one, round yellow. Okay, this one, wrinkled yellow. This one, wrinkled yellow. This one, round round green. Okay, this one wrinkled yellow, this one wrinkled green. Okay, so let's see what are the different types. Let's see what are the different types of phenotype. Round yellow, 1 2, oh man, okay, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so 9 round yellow, okay, 9 round yellow 9. Okay, and next one round green, 2 round, yeah, 3 round green. Okay, round green 3. Okay, next one wrinkled yellow, wrinkled yellow. How many wrinkled yellow? That is also 3. And the last one wrinkled green, that is 1. Okay, and these are the different phenotype. Okay, these are the different phenotype. So we can write the phenotypic ratio. What is the phenotypic ratio? 9:3:3:1. Okay, so what is the phenotypic ratio of F2 generation of dihybrid cross? Okay, what is the phenotypic ratio of F2 generation of dihybrid cross? That is 9:3:3:1. Okay, so what was our question? Draw the Punnett square of F2 generation. We have done that. State the phenotypic ratio 9:3:3:1 of obtained F2 generation. So that is all about that question. That question is over. Yeah, mechanism behind heredity. Let's see what is the mechanism behind heredity. So there is an assertion the height in pea plant is controlled by efficiency of enzyme and thus genetically controlled. That is very right. Because for example, in the case of TT and TT, that will leads to tallness. In the case of small t and small t, they will leads to shortness. And how? What is the mechanism? So we know these are genes, and these also are genes. Okay, and what is the specialty of genes? Gene will produce proteins, and one such protein is called enzyme. Okay, one such protein is called enzyme. And what is the specialty of enzyme? We know these two characters are dominant. Okay, these genotype and these genotypes are dominant genotype. So that means the enzyme is more efficient. The enzyme work more efficiently. Okay, so the enzyme work more efficiently. So what will happen if the enzyme work more efficiently? So if the enzyme work more efficiently, more growth hormones will be produced. So what will happen if more growth hormones will be produced? The plant will be tall. Okay, so how the plant is becoming tall? Their genotype is homozygous TT or heterozygous T or small t. Okay, that is a gene. Okay, gene will produce enzyme. Okay, so here the genotype is dominant, so the enzyme work more efficiently. And the more efficient working of enzyme will produce more growth hormone, and they will lead to tall plant. Okay, so what is in the case of this? What is in the case of small t? Okay, here that instead of dominant, they are recessive. So they also produce enzyme, because that is also a gene. They also produce enzyme. So what is the specialty of this enzyme? This enzyme is, here the genotype is recessive, so the enzyme is less efficient. Okay, so the genotype is less, so the enzyme is less efficient. So what will happen if the enzyme is less efficient? Less growth hormone. That means the plant will get only less amount of growth hormone, and the plant will convert into short plant. Okay, so the assertion height of the pea plant is controlled by efficiency. Yeah, efficiency of enzyme more efficient, less efficient, and thus genetically controlled. The assertion is correct. Okay, reason, cellular DNA is the information source of making protein in the cell. That is also right. Okay, so reason, the cellular DNA is the information source of making protein in the cell. Okay, both assertion reasons are related. Okay, why both assertion reasons are related? Because the cellular DNA, okay, the segment of the DNA is called genes, that we know is the information source of making protein. Okay, and that protein, enzyme is a protein, that protein is helping to increase the height or to decrease the height. So both are related, and that is a correlation. So assertion right, reason right, correct explanation. Okay, let's move to the sex determination. Okay, a normal human somatic or body cell contain 46 chromosomes. How many of these are classified to autosome? Okay, so actually in the case of humans we have 46 chromosomes. Okay, we have 46 chromosomes. 46 chromosome means the 44 chromosomes are called autosome. Okay, the 44 chromosomes are called autosome, and the remaining 2 chromosomes are called sex chromosome. What is autosome? They are not involved in the sex of the baby. What is sex chromosome? They will determine the sex of the baby. And this chromosome, the sex chromosome in the case of male, that is XY. In the case of females, that is XX. Okay, so see what is the answer. How many of these are classified autosome? 44. Very good. Gametes contain haploid chromosome, diploid chromosome, homologous chromosome, no chromosome. Gamete contain haploid number of chromosome. Okay, we know the number of chromosome. For example, in the case of sperm, what is the number of chromosome? That is only 23 chromosomes are there. Okay, also in the case of egg, only 23 chromosomes are there. Okay, that's why fusing a sperm and egg, we will get a baby. Okay, we will get a baby, or we will get a zygote. Leave. Okay, after zygote will later convert to baby, right? Okay, so when the sperm and egg fuses, we will get a baby with the 46 chromosome. That's why all human individuals have 46 chromosome. That means our sperm has 23 chromosome, our egg has 23 chromosome, and that 23 is the haploid condition. Okay, 46 is the diploid condition. That means I am a diploid organism. I have 46 chromosome, but my sperm is haploid, only 23 chromosome. Okay. A zygote which has X chromosome inherited from father will develop into. Okay, so the zygote with X chromosome inherited from father will develop into girl. Okay, why? See. Okay, we can discuss this here. Okay, so the specialty is the male or father. We can write as father. Okay, what is the specialty of father? Okay, father has 2 types of chromosome. Okay, father has X chromosome and Y chromosome, but in the case of mother has only 1 type of chromosome. There both chromosomes are X, so only 1 type of chromosome. So during gamete formation, father produce a sperm with X chromosome and another sperms with Y chromosome. That means the father will produce half of the sperm with X chromosome, remaining half of the sperm with Y chromosome. But in the case of mother, they can only produce egg with the X chromosome, because only X is there. Okay, so what will happen if this X sperm fuses with, okay, what will happen if this X sperm fuses with mother gamete? X sperm fuses with the mother gamete, and the resultant zygote will be XX. And who is XX? XX is a girl. XX is a girl. If Y chromosome fuses with mother, that will be XY. XY is a boy, or it is a male. Okay, so that is a boy, that is a girl. Okay, so actually who is determining the sex of the baby? Who is determining the sex of the baby? The sex of the baby is determined by what they inherit from the father. Okay, so the sex of the baby is determined by what they inherit from the father, because father has options, mother doesn't have options. So the father produces half of the sperm with X chromosome, remaining half of the sperm with the Y chromosome. If the X sperm fuses with the mother gamete or egg, that will be a girl. If the Y chromosome, if the Y sperm fuses with the mother egg, that will be a boy. So the father is determining sex of the baby. So in this question, X chromosome, that is girl. So if that is X chromosome, that will be girl. Consider the following statement. The sex of the child is determined by what it inherits from the mother. No. What it inherits from the father. Okay. And the next one, sex of the child is determined by what it inherits from the father. Yeah, this statement is right. The probability of having male child is more than that of female child. No. That is equal possibility. You can see that 50% male, 50% female. Okay, so equal possibility. There is no more possibility for males, no more possibility for females. So that is equal possibility. So this statement is wrong. Fourth statement, the sex of the child is determined at the time of fertilization when male and female gamete fuses to form gamete. Yeah, that is right. Okay, so 2 and 4 are right. 2 and 4. Okay, very good. So that is all about the chapter actually. Okay, so the chapter is explaining these topics. Okay, but there is an additional topic that is called blood grouping or ABO blood grouping. Okay, and let's see what is meant by ABO blood grouping. What is meant by ABO blood grouping? So according to ABO blood grouping, let me quickly give a short revision of ABO blood grouping. ABO blood grouping. Okay, so according to ABO blood grouping, there are 4 types of blood group: A group, B group, AB group, and O group. Okay, so these are the 4 phenotypes of blood group: A, B, O. And the gene which control blood group is I gene. Okay, I gene control blood group. Okay, and what is the specialty of I gene? I gene has 3 alleles. I gene has 3 alleles. Okay, and what are the 3 alleles of I gene? The first group is called IA, second one is called IB, third one is called IO or small I. Both are same, IO or small I. Okay, and here IA and IB both are dominant. And listen, both are dominant. Okay, and this I0 or small I is recessive. Okay, I0 small I is recessive. That means if an individual has IA genotype, he will be, or he or she will be, that individual will be A blood group. Okay, so if you have a blood group, you will be IA or IA small I, because small I is recessive. Okay, A group. Okay, for B group, IB or IB small I. Okay, what if that is IB, then the organism will be AB blood group. What if both genotypes are small I, that will be O blood group. So we have 6 possibilities: IA A blood group, IA A blood group, IB B group, IB B, IA AB blood group, and small I O blood group. And let's do the question. A child with the mother of A group. So the mother is A group. Mother is A group means mother may be IA or mother may be IA small I. That we don't know. Let's see. And the father is AB. Okay, father is AB. We know the genotype of father. Father is always, if AB, that is IAB. So this is confirmed. We don't know about that thing. Will not have the following blood group. A child with mother A group and father with the AB group will not have the following blood group. That means out of this which will not be the blood group of the child? Let's see. If the mother is IA, we can take this one, okay, because this is same thing, okay, we can take this one. So if we are taking this one, so the gamete will be IA and small I. From the father, the gamete will be IA and IB. IA and IB. So what will happen if these two crosses? Okay, we will get IA. If these two crosses, we will get IA, IB. If these two crosses, we will get IA, small I. If these two crosses, we will get IB, small I. Okay, what is IA, A blood group. IA, IB, AB blood group. IA, A blood group. IB, AB, so B blood group. So we will get A, AB, AB. A, B, A, B. So we will not get OB. So we will not get O blood group. Very good. Yeah. In a human blood group, the alleles IA, IB are codominant, while small I is recessive. That we know. A mother has blood group. Yeah, okay, so the mother, let's write about the mother. Okay, what the specialty of mother? Mother is IA, I, and has a father is IBI, father is IBI. Predict the two possible blood group of their children, and with explanation. Okay, so what are the two possible blood group? Okay, so listen here. So if the mother is IA, so the gamete will be IA and small I. Okay, and from the father side, that will be IB and small I. Okay, and what will happen if these fuses with this one? We will get IA, IB. What will happen if these fuses with this one? We will get IA, small I. What will happen if these fuses with this one? We will get IB, small I. What will happen if these fuses with this one? We will get small I. Okay, so this is, we know that is AB blood group. This one is A blood group. This one is B blood group. This one is O blood group. So the question, according to the question, predict two possible blood group. There are actually four possible blood groups are there. You can write either AB or A or B or O. Okay, so these are the four possible outcomes. Okay, I think you are okay with this question. Okay, and let's move to the I think you are okay with the questions. Okay, so these are the main questions which is coming from blood grouping. Okay, not that much difficult questions. Okay, so that is all about the chapter. And I hope you understand the chapter very well, and see you later. Bye bye.